Okay. All right, everybody, we're going to get started. It is our, third or fourth field day now for the Tehama and North State Firms Leadership Group. We have a good group on. I see there's 20 of us currently, so I know we're waiting on a few others. But we're going to have a really fun day today. We have Kari Dodd, who is joining us, and she is the Tehama County Farm Bureau Manager. And she is currently also getting her master's in ag education, correct? And so she's studying at Chico State to do that. So she's going to be a really fun one who has lots of experience in agriculture, is really involved in our community. I mean, she's a 4-H leader. She has little ones. She's born and raised here. So anyways, I'm going to just kind of turn it over to her because she always just does an excellent job. And I know, like I said, she had done sent everybody with the personality assessments for everybody to do. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her get started with how we're going to move forward with the next 45 minutes or hour. So
Perfect.
Thanks, Kari, for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hello, everyone. How are you? Thumbs up, waves. Good. I'm doing distance learning with my first grader. So, we're doing lots of sign language, thumbs up, 10-finger woos, kind of fun. Lots of me toos with, that's if you have the same idea. So I think a lot of the first grade principles we can use across Zoom in all realms. So thank you for having me. As Dana said, I'm feeling really old now, but I have been the manager for the Tehama County Farm Bureau for 12 years now. And I have been teaching part-time at Shasta College since tell me if I break up. It said that my internet was unstable. So I've been teaching it primarily there. It's career planning, career placement, intro to ag business. This semester, I was supposed to teach an ag education class. The enrollment wasn't enough to follow through with that class. But that's part of being in agriculture, is being able to adapt and move forward as things are needed or not needed. We good? Okay, just making sure. So I'm just going to give a little introduction of myself and how I came across this personality assessment, because it is a lot of fun. So I graduated for 5 years, got an AA, transferred to Chico State, got a bachelor's degree, and worked for 2 professors for 1.5 years after graduation, doing research, helping them teach. Worked in the meats lab on organic dairy, helped with the beef unit. There's a fun program and partnership between the beef unit, the meats lab, and Sierra Nevada restaurant, brewery restaurant, where it's convoluted. But so the Chico State, well, Sierra Nevada Brewery buys steers. They feed them the Chico State beef unit, feeding them spent brewers, grains, and byproduct from the brewery. And then fun being the one and only employee, and I still am the one and only employee. I do try and always have an intern. So if you're interested in Farm Bureau and wanting to see, what I truly do, let me know if you'd like to be an intern once you get to college. And we do some job shadowing and things like that. So let me know. In my second or third year here as Farm Bureau manager, I joined the Leadership Farm Bureau program, and that is a one-year commitment through the California Farm Bureau, and they teach you everything in that short year. We spent a lot of time in Sacramento, so it would be 3-day trainings and once a month. And it was anything from team building to personality assessments, media training. So California Farm Bureau has a TV show called California Bountiful. So they bring in those big cameras and they do an interview with you on camera. And then you have to watch your interview with your entire class and critique each other. So scary, but you learn a lot. We also spent a week in Washington, D.C., actually on the Hill and trying to make an impact, had lots of meetings. We got to tour DC, but a week that I'll never forget. I also went on a trip to North Carolina for a week, and we toured a lot of North Carolina, seeing cotton and sweet potatoes and tobacco, learning about their issues in agriculture and how, it's on the other side of the country, but they still have labor and water issues and a lot of the same issues that we have in California. Yeah.
So for a lot of the kids, I mean, how many of you guys have ever heard of Farm Bureau? Any hands up? Yes. Okay, Elaine, nice. Allison, I like it. No, Delos Molinas is kind of in one classroom over there.
See that, yeah.
All together. Nice to see you guys. So maybe Kari, you talked a lot about spending time at the Capitol and in DC. Can you maybe kind of give them a quick rundown of how Farm Bureau is involved in politics? Because if you just kind of hear Farm Bureau, you might not understand what role they play in our community.
Yep, absolutely. Honestly, until a couple of people said, hey, there's a job opening at Farm Bureau, I had never heard of Farm Bureau either. So I totally understand that. So Farm Bureau, so every county has a Farm Bureau and every state has a Farm Bureau, and we have headquarters in Washington, D.C. So it is a membership-based organization that represents and advocates for agriculture. So, you have the California Cattlemen's Association, you have the Peach Cannery Association. They are focused on one commodity. Farm Bureau focuses on agriculture and all commodities. So Tehama County, we really focus on ag education and pride ourselves on that. But the other side is political advocacy. And so if there is an issue, for or against agriculture, we are there ready to represent our members and anybody in agriculture, that even those that everybody benefits in agriculture. You don't have to be a member to receive the benefits of Farm Bureau. But so if there's a local issue, we can work on that, whether it's going to the Board of Supervisors, sitting on committees, having meetings, writing letters. But in Sacramento, California Farm Bureau, they have a full lobbying staff. They have a full legal staff. There's about 70 employees in different positions down there. We have 2 offices. One is right across the street from the Capitol. That way our lobbyists can get, into the hearings and have those meetings. So we are there to fight for agriculture and keep agriculture here. And the same thing in Washington, D.C. and across the country. So
thank you.
It's a big thing, and it's hard to wind it down, but yep.
From what I've learned is if you have any interest in that political science side of, the policies and, how things happen, or, who makes the laws and why are these laws made the way they are. And, Farm Bureau is really a great thing to get involved in because you can really see that side, and they have a lot of connections with our policymakers and all of our supervisors and, all the different political positions. So, and they also, I don't know if Kari, you want to touch a little bit on your young farmers?
Yeah,
they do have some programs for the youth.
Yep, absolutely. So Young Farmers and Ranchers is a committee of the Farm Bureau. Oftentimes it's like FFA, it's like a 4-H club, it's like a club, but it's considered a committee the way that we're organized. And it is for people that are 16 to 35. And it's for anybody who wants to get involved in agriculture in some realm, whether you just want to support those that provide food. If you want to have a social aspect, if you want to be involved in ag education programs in the county, there's lots of different reasons. If you just want it to help build your resume, get involved in Young Farmers and Ranchers. Right now we're having monthly Zoom meetings. We're doing virtual farm tours. We're having guest speakers. And kind of just catching up every once in a while of just what's going on, where is everybody? Right now we have students that have moved to Idaho and they're able to still participate in our Zoom meetings. So it's just a friendly group. We have someone here from Butte County, right? Butte and Glenn County? Okay, so they both have YF&Rs. Butte County is pretty big. And Glenn County, they're small, but they're mighty, and they're involved in a lot. And especially for Glenn County, they have a senior breakfast at the Bureau. And so that might be something that you want to participate in when you're a high school senior and learn more about YF&R and Farm Bureau and where you're going. Okay. Yes, yeah, please do use the chat. Feel free to interrupt me, whatever you, if anybody has questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I lose everybody?
You're good.
Perfect. So part of this Leadership Farm Bureau experience was this personality assessment. And it was interesting. We did it at the beginning, like probably second or third month in. Once we, kind of got to know each other, became a group, understood what the program was. And the week that we learned and did the personality assessment, we also did team building. And the conference room that we were in was on the second story. And there's 13 of us. And we had different team building exercises, the toilet paper one or a dum-dum sucker one or what have you. But then they blindfolded us and then they tied us up all together in one cluster. And then we had to walk down the stairs without falling and outside and through the flower beds. And eventually we had to figure out how to get untied. And it was a great, again, team building exercise and how do we communicate? We could talk, but we couldn't see where we were going, okay? So we did the exercise about being tied up, which we can't do today, but then we did this personality assessment. It's like, oh yeah, you have the 7 people who aren't going to say anything. Then you're going to have the 1 or maybe 2 people that are going to take the lead, and they're going to tell you when you need to step. And oh, there's a rock there, a bush there. They're going to be your leaders, right? Your expressors. So once we took the personality assessment, it really made sense. Like, oh, yep, I see that quality in you. Okay. So is everybody done with their form? You have your numbers. Does anybody need more time?
You're all going to have to talk about it, so make sure you've done it.
Yes. So Dana, I didn't actually bring one of my forms in. At the bottom, the top, it says that what? The top number is vertical. Which one's vertical?
The second number is the vertical. The first number is your horizontal.
Okay. I needed that little bit of information.
Well, I was like, we don't have any accesses, so I don't know.
Right. Perfect. Okay. Yes. So continue to keep working on your numbers there, and we will, I'll start taking, how about you? I think you all know each other, but I don't know you. So can you introduce yourself with your name and your school and your career goal? And then I'll take your first number and your second number and I'll plot you. Okay, so go for it.
So how about I'll call them, that way I'll call you guys across my screen. That way we hit everybody.
Perfect.
All right, so I'll start because I did mine and I'm curious to see where this lands me. Maybe it's a little scary, but so you guys all know me. I'm Dana Baker. I am your farm's leadership coordinator. My career goal. Well, when I was sitting in your shoes, I was going to be a vet. That was my hands down career goal. Then I spent a lot of time interning and working for vets, and I quickly learned that I didn't want to be the vet. I really enjoy that line of work, but I also really wanted to have a family. So the work-life, family life balance just was going to be too hard. So I still am, doing these things because I'm still in the process of raising little ones. So I'm fortunate to have this position that allows me a really great work-life, home-life balance. And so I'm thankful to be here. But I think that my goal one day is to just have a career that I can have a good retirement, and that way I have that for my future. So I'm not sure where that's going to go, but probably somewhere in ag and somewhere in education. So, so my numbers, and then you're gonna have to tell me if my numbers are super off. My top number is 1.8. That makes sense? Okay. My second number is 2.5.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take my myself off mute because okay, you are right on the line, which yes, that's totally where you need to be. So go ahead.
Okay, so next in my people is Angel. So that's Las Molinas. So why don't you guys go around the room, take your turns, introduce yourselves, your goal, and your numbers. You're on mute. You have to unmute yourself.
I'm Andrew. I want to be technician for my career, and my number is 3327.
That's too much. No,
Oh wait, what?
this one.
Oh, 27 1.7. That one?
No,
No.
this one total. And this one.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
Say them.
Oh. 2.5 and 1.7.
2.5 and 1.7. Okay. You are right on the line too. Okay, next.
I'm going to interrupt real quick because I just had a question about how they're getting the numbers. So there was 2 pages. So the first page is the questions. The second page, you fill out your numbers for them, and then there's exact directions on how to come up with the numbers. So does that make sense? So you should have 2 pages. Okay, next one.
My name is Diana, and I want to be an architect. And my numbers were 2.8 and 2.6.
8 and 2.6. Perfect. So just because at the end it's going to be crazy, I'm going to plot these and I will show everybody, but I'm going to tell you which category you're in, or if you're on a line. So Diana, you are in the supportive. So go ahead and write that down. And Angel, you are right on the line of analytical and driver. Okay. And Dana, you are between an expressor and a driver. Okay, who's next?
My name is Lorena, and I want to be a lawyer. My first number is 2.2, and my second number is 1.1.
That's a great spot for a lawyer to be. 1.1 and 2.2. Okay. So you are in the driver category. Who's next?
Is that everybody from Las Colinas? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Hi, my name's Roxanne, and I want to go into nursing, and my numbers are 3.06 and then 2.4.
Oh, yeah. See, this is where it gets fun. Okay. All right. You are in the analytical.
Hi, my name is Lee Bagshaw, and I want to be like, I haven't figured out, but mostly like a welder or like a veterinarian. And then my first number is a 23, or sorry, a 42 and a 2.625.
Hang on. So your top number is what?
42.
So it needs to be smaller than that.
Number. Oh, my second one. Okay, it's 2.625.
2.6. Okay. And what's your second number?
I haven't figured that one out yet.
Okay. Let me know when you do.
Okay.
All right. So is that everybody from Las Colinas, or we got one more?
One more. I'm Luke Canton Wine, and I really haven't decided what I want to be my career. I don't know yet, but my number is 2.1 and 1.3.
1.3. Ooh, okay. 2.1, 1.3. Okay.
Muted, I think. Almost.
Where does that put him?
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Driver.
Okay, cool. All right, Bella, it is your turn.
Hi, my name is Bella, and my career goal is to be a vet, and my numbers are 2.18, and the other number is 2.4.
Okay. You're right on the line. Okay. That puts you in the driver as well.
Allison, how about you?
So my name is Allison Manner. I go to Orland High School, and my career goal is to become an animal biologist. And my numbers were, my first one was 2.4, and my second one was 2.6.
Ooh, okay. You are an expressor.
All right, Sydney.
I'm Sydney. I go to Maxwell High. I believe I want to go into ag business or ag communications. I'm mainly leaning towards business right now. And my top number was 2.06 and my bottom one was 2.4.
Okay. 2.06 and what was your 2.4?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Got a lot of drivers in here.
I
Hey,
know
you're a
it's
driver.
been
a
a fun
driver.
group. It would be great to be together and not be, doing all this via Zoom, but
Yes.
we're making the best of it.
Right, that's right.
All right, Mackenzie, how about you?
My name is Mackenzie. I'm from Corning, and I'm hoping to become a teacher. And my numbers are 2.3 and 2.6.
Okay, so you are an expressor.
Kelly, you're up.
I go to Las Colinas High School, and I want to go into agriculture business, and my top number is 2.8 and my bottom number is 2.4.
Okay, you are in the analytical category.
All right, Madeline.
Markey, and I go to Chico High School. My career goal is to do something in ag. I don't know what yet, but definitely in ag. My top number was 2.4, and my bottom number was 2.1.
Okay. You are in the driver category.
All right. Sydney, I already called on you, right? You guys are moving around on my screen a little bit. Did I already call on Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Okay. Elaine.
Yes. Hi, Regina. Can you give me the numbers again?
2.8 and 2.4.
2.8 and 2.4. Analytical.
And I think Carrie will talk about where the categories are once we all get through this.
Yeah.
All right. Regina, do you have kids in your room?
They are actually, we're all Zooming. We're together, but we're all Zooming. So
Okay.
around a table, everyone is logged in here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. I just figured if I would want to make sure I didn't miss anybody if I spoke over you.
Okay.
So Kristen.
Sorry, getting that situated. Hi, I'm Tristan. I'm from Orland High School. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. And my numbers are, my top number is 2.31 and my bottom number is 2.2.
You are in the driver category.
Lots of drivers.
I think it might say something about the students who applied for this program. So we'll get there.
Yes. Hey, Madison.
Hi, I'm Madison. I'm a junior at Maxwell High. I have no idea what I want to be for my career. My numbers are 2.25 and 2.2.
You're in the driver category.
And Taya.
Hi, I go to Las Plumas High School and I want to be an ag teacher. And my top number is 1.8 and my bottom number is 1.9.
You are definitely in the driver category.
Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah Martins and I'm from Orland High School, and I'd like to do something in ag, but I'm not quite sure what it is. And my top number is 2.75. My bottom number is 2.6.
You are in the supportive.
All right, Emma, have we heard from you yet?
Hi, I'm Emma Hendrix, and I'm from Maxwell High School. And right now, at least, I want to do something like an agricultural lawyer. And my numbers are 1.3 and 2.1.
1.3 and 2.1. Yep, driver. Great spot for an attorney to be.
Harmony. You there? Okay, maybe we'll come back to Harmony if you jump on. Javier, did you get yours all squared away?
Somewhat. The top one, I'm still not sure about if I did it.
Well, let us know what you've got and we'll. While you're figuring out that one, let's go over to Matt. Matt, do you have yours?
Yeah. So I'm Matt Mintz from Corning High School, and I want to definitely do something in agriculture. And my first number is 2.3, and my second is 2.
All right, you're in the driver category.
Cool. Okay, well, I think we got it through everybody.
Okay.
So if you didn't get your what section you're in, and you have your numbers filled out, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Sorry, can you do mine?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, I'm already in I'm living the dream. I'm an ag teacher already, so.
Right,
Career
that's
goals,
good.
right? But my numbers were 2.31
Okay.
and 2.4.
2.4. You are, you're close, but in the driver category.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
I say,
Thank you.
You're close to the expressor, but yeah. All right. Can you guys hear Bailey screaming in there? No. That's good. So the other part about Farm Bureau is that, well, being that I'm a one-person office, and it is a family-based organization, right? That's a bunch of farmers and ranchers. They let me bring my children to work with me. So like I said, I have a first grader that I'm distance learning here at work with me. And I also have my almost 2-year-old with me. And so intern duties sometimes also cross over to babysitting. And we also have a tenant in here that is a third grandpa. So she's in there having fun. So if you hear her squealing, she's in the office. But okay, so anybody else's number? Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
I finally got my last one.
Perfect.
So once again, my first one is 2.6 and my last one was 1.42.
1.42. You are in the analytical category. And you wanted to be a welder, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, see how things, it makes sense. All right, so I don't know how well you can see this. This is why I went ahead and told you what category you were in. Okay, so here's my graph. Okay, so 2.5 is the center, and we went out from there. So you have your expressor up here, got your drivers, your supportive, and your analyticals on the bottom. Okay, now look how many were drivers in this category. Okay, so just take a peek at that. And then everybody's kind of right on line. I mean, there's a couple, that's one that wanted to be an attorney over here. Okay. Got a couple other strong drivers down here, but really everybody's kind of even keel. Okay. We don't have a crazy outlier, you know, way up here or way down here. Okay. Sometimes we get that. Okay. So I'm going to go over the 4 quadrants and what they usually say about people, what your personality is. Okay, so I'm going to start with the supportive, which is where I fall, because, you know, when you're given a group task, so there's 2 others in the supportive category. When you're given a classroom group project or an FFA group project, your supportive ones are going to be the ones sitting in the back of the classroom, not saying anything. They're, I don't want to use the word follower, but they're the ones that are going to wait before they say anything. They are here to make sure that the project gets done. They want to make sure that things are accurate, and whoever needs help, they're there for them. Okay, so supportive, just like the name is. Okay, does that make sense? Those that are in the supportive category, would you consider yourself in that even keel supportive role? Yeah? No?
You guys can unmute yourself and pipe up. This is an interactive field day.
Yes, yes.
This isn't regular class, guys. You guys can actually.
Yes, express yourselves. So I'm going to go over to, or I'll go down to the analytical. So that's probably going to be your welders. Anybody who likes math, right? You like to analyze. They are a little bit slower to make a decision, right? They want to think about the process. They want to plan. They're going to measure twice and cut once. And they, again, on the quieter side, on the other side of the graph are your expressors and your drivers. They're a little bit louder people, okay? So again, quiet, thinking, thoughtful, okay? Likes math, numbers. Does that make sense? And agreeable for those that fell into the analytical? I want people to tell me if you think that you're totally, I saw thumbs up, totally in the wrong category, okay? Because then we can have you recrunch your numbers real quick. So the expressor, Dana, you were right on the line between expressor and driver, but there's two others that fell into the expressor category, and they are going to be your loud people, okay? We don't have anybody out in the extreme, right? So they're not necessarily the class clowns, but you're a little bit louder than the rest of us, okay? They are going to jump in and have, maybe they're the conversation starter. They are going to feel free to raise their hand in class. They're going to contribute, supportive, right? They're at the back of the classroom. Expressor, maybe they're going to be at the front of the classroom. Okay, so a little bit more free-spirited there, okay? So those that are in the expressive category, do you agree? Dana says yes.
Yes, yes, Stafford,
Yep,
I met
thumbs up.
her. I met her for the first time when I delivered kits a little while ago, and I felt like I could have sat and talked to her. I was like, oh yeah, we are very like personality.
Yes, yes, that's good. So the last category is the driver category, and they are no nonsense. We're going to get this done. They're your leaders, which, okay, so you're all in FFA, you want to be in agriculture, you're doing this extracurricular program because you want to, right? So you're definitely in that driver category. As everybody is in this group, right? The responsible overachievers, okay? A lot of people that have been in the military find themselves in the driver category. So they, like I said, you know, those that are going to be attorneys, yep, you want to be forceful, right? When you're going up and presenting a case, you need to be confident, right? So a lot of you were in that driver category. Would you agree that you are leaders and taking charge of your group situations, or even just personally within yourself? Yeah?
Yeah.
Overachievers. Thank you, Matt. Yep. Regina, you fall in there too. Would you agree?
Very much so, yes.
Yep. So kind of fun. So can I assign homework? Can I assign a task? I'll try. So I want you to, well, first, does anybody think that they are totally in the wrong category? No? One? Los Molinas?
I was having some technical difficulties when they called my name.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
my numbers are 2.1 and 3.3.
3.3. So you are an expressor. Would you agree?
Kinda.
Perfect. All right. So what I want you to do, if nobody disagrees, and it's interesting, I want you to go home. Here, most of you are at home. I want you to do some research on these personality traits. Okay, if you Google bold personality assessment expressor or supportive, you'll get a bunch of different information, and it'll just give you different traits and a summary of that personality. So go check it out, look it up, see if there's, if you're like, oh yeah, yep, that's me. Or no, no, I think I'm more of a driver or more of an analytical. Because maybe if you go back and look at that list again and say, well, I put 3, but maybe it should be a 2, or, if you, because we wanted you to be truly honest with how you rated yourself. So maybe you fudged a little bit of what sounded better. Okay. So that's your homework, is to dive into those personality traits. Okay.
Yeah, and next time when we meet again, we'll have, I want you guys to report a little bit on, maybe some of the characteristics that you feel really did hit home with how you are, and kind of what the typical person in that region or that realm of these personalities is like.
Yep. Perfect. That's fun. Okay, so then I think we've just about used up all of our time, but just quickly, I just want to throw out there, because I see, those that are in my Shasta College classes. I am a student right now, as Dana said, going for my master's. I see the scholarship applications for Farm Bureau, for Cattle Women, for different organizations. I just want to tell you how important it is to be involved in your community and to use your leadership skills, volunteer where you can, make connections. COVID and things are different right now, but in a normal situation, right? Volunteer to serve food at a dinner, at a Farm Bureau dinner, at a cattleman's dinner, whatever it might be. California Women in Ag, just get involved however you can. You never know who is going to be sitting on that interview panel for that scholarship, or hosting an intern, or you never know who your next boss is going to be. Definitely take advantage of interns or internships. You might think you want to be a veterinarian. I did too, and I cannot handle ear hematomas. Can't handle it. Job shadowed, and the doctor told me to sit down on the floor. Okay, can't do it. That in chemistry, no. So, but without that experience, I may have gone forward and not been happy. Okay, so use them as a learning tool to say, oh, no, I don't want to do it, or yes, this is a good fit for me. I will say that when I was an intern at the Cooperative Extension Office here in Red Bluff, there was one crazy 4-H mom who would just blow in and out of that door, and she was busy, and she'd take things and wouldn't check them out of the resource library. She just kind of showed it to me, and I had to do the work. But I was still nice to her. And she was one of the people that called me when the Farm Bureau position came available and said, hey, you need to apply for this job. So never in a million years did I think that crazy 4-H mom would be my boss, but that's how things work out in these small towns. So everybody knows everybody, or are related to each other, and those connections are huge. Okay.
Kari, will you also just briefly touch on Farm Bureau's Young Farmers and Ranchers program, just because I think that might be a cool next step for some of these students?
Yeah. Yep. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but it is. So it's 16 to 35. So most of you, I think, could probably join your local YFNR. We have one in Tehama. There is not one in Shasta. So come down here to Tehama. Glenn County and Butte County, they all have active YFNR groups. Again, COVID, so hopefully things are Zoom or outside. But it is for your personal development. It is to make those contacts, to give you some leadership skills. If you want to go lobby and just kind of sit in the back and watch how that process is handled, come to Sacramento with us in March. You know, we'll take you in and have those meetings with you. Again, Ag in the Classroom, you know, we can't really get into classrooms right now, but at the same time, we're doing more virtual things. We can still, you know, buy ag education books and send kits to classrooms. Totally just lost my train of thought. YFNR, what am I forgetting, Regina? I had a point that I was going to make. Questions about it while it comes back to me.
I can tell you guys my own experience with YFNR. That's kind of why I even know Kari. So we're from very different parts of the state, but we know each other through that program. Farm Bureau brings rural communities together. That's what the point is. And really, the history of young farmers and ranchers was kind of a dating game at first. So I can't remember the year, but way back when they decided, you know what, we need to start doing kind of a match game of like, how are these people, young individuals who really like and have the same shared interests, how are they meeting each other off the farm? And that's why Farm Bureau kind of created Young Farmers and Ranchers, was to be able to create like the first network. So way before Facebook, way before Instagram, all of those connections that we have now, Farm Bureau's Young Farmers and Ranchers program was pulling people from rural communities together to have a like-minded interest in agriculture. So it's kind of a neat program. There's a lot of history there and a lot of support, like Kari is saying. So Farm Bureau boards across the state have these programs so they can have kind of a legacy to pass down all of the things that Farm Bureau is doing. But there's, you know, there's a lot of farm tours, interactivity like that, but there's also the political aspect of knowing how to advocate for agriculture. And that's what these young farmers and ranchers are, the future, just like Future Farmers of America, or FFA, is doing at the high school level, kind of the next step in a way. I mean, there is collegiate FFA programs, but YFNR kind of connects industry. So it's just something that might be interesting to some of you to get involved in. And I think that Farm Bureau does an awesome job with making those connections so you can network and find jobs and just kind of have a support system in the ag industry. So,
yep.
Well, and as you guys are, you know, in high school right now, you can get involved and established in your local community, YFNR. And then as you move to away to college, or you go somewhere to do an internship, or you find yourself in communities that you're really not established in and you kind of feel alone, or, you know, you don't really know anybody, more than likely they have a YFNR group that you can feel like, oh, wait, these are normally kind of like-minded people that I can feel a sense of community and home with. And you know, it is that networking, learning how to kind of have those leadership skills and just finding your tribe, because you're going to find your tribe in high school and you're going to more than likely stick with some of that. As you grow and develop, you're going to add to that, and, you know, things are going to change a little bit, but it is about finding people that you can just do life with and are going to be supportive and be there for you. So.
Exactly. And that was the point that I forgot, was that it is your next step. You know, you did 4-H when you're little, you moved to FFA, and what's the next step? Because those truly YFNRs, you're able to, you can come say hi. That is your next, you know, leadership opportunity. There's a lot of clubs, leadership clubs, and programs when you go into college. But Farm Bureau is there, and you can grow with it into your adulthood, and you can be 100 years old and sit on a Farm Bureau board. So it can be lifelong.
And all of you students that are on here, you guys are already willing to take those steps. You guys joined Farm's leadership for a reason. And while maybe it was because your friend did it, or maybe, you know, your teacher kind of pushed you a little bit, you're here for a reason. And we want to help you grow and find these other networks and other ways for you to continue to grow and bloom as you guys, you know, move through and out of high school. So, so yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, I don't know, you guys are probably noticing a little bit of repetitive thing where we're getting together, we're hearing from these industry partners, and they're offering internships, they're offering job shadows. So those of you that are finding and during COVID, maybe you're finding that you're bored, you're sitting at home, you're not having a whole lot to do. This is a great opportunity. Even with COVID, we can set you up with one-on-one internships that are, you know, a couple hours one afternoon, or, you know, on a Saturday. Carrie, I'm sure she's still sending out newsletters. She's still doing things that need to be done. And I'm sure if you guys are interested and would like to just be able to have that, we can socially distance, we can do this in a safe manner that still gets you guys some experience, some communication, just that, you know, feeling of contributing to your communities. I'm happy to get connected with the farm bureaus down in Glenn County and Butte County, and we can find you guys, you know, somewhere to volunteer and do a little job shadow if you're interested. So don't hesitate to reach out.
Yep. And if you know, if you want to be a peach farmer or a walnut farmer, but you really don't know what that entails, give us a call. You know, I have lots of farmers and ranchers who would, you know, gladly share their operation, or, you know, don't do this job, right? No, ag is a great field to be in. So but yeah, if you just want to learn more, we can all point you in the right direction. Any questions?
Well, Carrie, I sure appreciate your time. Yeah, does anybody have any questions? I appreciate all you guys jumping on and being here. Again, you guys are really showing how dedicated you are, and I appreciate all of you for taking the time. I know most of you, it's kind of after school hours now, and again, you guys are really shining just being here. So does anybody have questions? Feel free to type them in or just unmute yourself and ask. Oh, and if you don't, that's fine. Or if you think of something after, you guys all have my cell phone number. You can text me, you can message me. And if any of you are interested, I can put you in contact with Carrie. And yeah.
Perfect.
So, well, thank you again, Carrie. I really appreciate it. We always appreciate the support from Farm Bureau, and we look forward to being able to not just be the Zoom, but thank you.
Thank you, Allison. Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Well, on that, we will see you guys all here in about another month at our next field day. So everyone have a good afternoon, and we'll be talking to everybody soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome.